So you've done well with H.O.G.S. You've got it here, and you got it here flying Enstrom and Cabri, but who really gives a shit? And when I looked at him, he goes, what I mean is, yeah, they're great helicopters, but almost nobody flies them.
I'm Gabriel Armas. I'm the COO, Director, and CFI at Rotor School. And this is the one and only Kenny Keller, founder and creator of Helicopter Online Ground School, or as the public would like to call it, H.O.G.S.
Affectionately named by the members. We didn't come up with that. The members just started calling it H.O.G.S.
I've always called it H.O.G.S. But
it's just what happened.
Either way, we're here in Indiana today, and we've very much decided that we're going to bring to you this podcast called Two Blades.
No filter. Yep.
What did you train in initially?
R22 for my ratings.
R22.
Private, commercial, and CFI. I did, luckily, and here's another topic, great topic for discussion. I flew Enstroms, I flew Schweizers, I flew a Bell 47.
How many pounds ago was that?
That was a while back, but it was in the initial stages, smart ass, that was in the initial stages, and my point is, it took me 88 hours to get my private. However, I had experience in a Schweizer, experience in an Enstrom, experience in a Bell 47, and then those early experiences helped shape a person
who you became as a pilot, for sure.
Yeah, so then when I started working as a CFI, oh, you got 10 or 15 at Enstrom. Great, we can hire you. I already had that time, right? So it teaches you more, and then you're more well-rounded. If you only teach in a Robinson, that's the only thing you're going to get a job in. Most likely. So I was lucky enough that because I had Schweizer time, same thing. The place I was working at sold the Enstrom but bought a Schweizer. Oh, you got how many hours in a Schweizer? Great, put you on the insurance. So those other aircraft allowed me to get early jobs because they didn't have to spend money on me to get me 5 hours so I could teach in it.
Correct.
So
or transition courses or anything of the sorts. Yeah.
Exactly. So not only did I learn a lot of different things, it helped me become marketable once I had a CFI.
See, and here's the trend that I see, talking about obviously our time, so 2025. A lot of schools started to switch over to Robinson 44s, understandably, because of the weight limitations on the R22, right? And it's not easy to be 200 pounds all your life, especially for a CFI.
All right, let's get right to the no filter and your comment a little bit ago. I have an R22 sitting over there, but I'm not flying it because I weigh too much to, I mean, I can fly with somebody like Heather, we can go do videos, but the average person, if they're 200 pounds, we're too heavy.
We're too heavy already. And so you would have to carry about 20 minutes of fuel really to carry.
So R22 is now out for me. And that's okay because guess what? I want to fly the R44 anyway. But yeah, the R22 is what it is.
Well, I mean,
I'm laughing because I just earlier said I don't like that term, but yeah, for somebody who's lighter, the R22 can be your best option.
Can be your best option. And the thing is, well, and I mean, we all come from different walks of life, right? And we all have different experiences while going to that training. But I bet, like most of us here in the US, and even in the world, who have the dream of becoming a pilot, you don't start with a whole lot of money. And if anything, you need to put thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of your time to become a pilot. So, I mean, and here's the trend. A lot of schools switch to Robinson 44s, which is a great training platform, a great platform for economics, even when it comes down to maintenance, to getting your buck back for it as a school operator, as we are now.
Yep.
But students still prefer the R22 because they cannot afford most of the time to do all of the ratings in an R44.
Nice thing is, though, they can get most of their joyride time in the R22. Then later, find the money to get the R44 time. Then you get to fly tours as soon as you're a CFI or a commercial pilot. So it's the R22 leads you to the R44 later.
And so here's my passion, perhaps, about Robinsons, and the reason why I'm so adamant about the brand itself and about what the values are behind those helicopters. It allowed us, all of us, including myself, because then again, I said my grandpa started his school with Enstroms, and they're great helicopters, but he was never able to take it to the next level, as we did with Rotor School later on, because it's not a helicopter for everyone.
Yeah, no filter. I flew Enstroms for a long time, and I still think it's a great helicopter. It is. There's a lot of just amazing things about them.
Absolutely.
But well, like you just said, after my years of doing them, I'm in California one night about 3 years ago, and I'm out to supper with a good friend of mine from California, and he's flat out, it was me, him, and my daughter, and we just taken an R44 around LA, which was always a dream for me. And I've done it a few times in my life, but it was fun to go do it for fun because 1983 Blue Thunder, seeing that movie, got me moving towards helicopters, and it happened in LA, so it was fun flying around LA. And we go to supper that night, and my friend says, so you've done well with H.O.G.S, you've got it here, and you got it here flying Enstrom and Cabri, but who really gives a shit? And when I looked at him, he goes, what I mean is, yeah, they're great helicopters, but almost nobody flies them.
And let's face it, for a young CFI looking for a job, or a young commercial pilot looking for a job, if you're not going to go into the CFI pathway, it's rare when you can find a school with an Enstrom, a Schweizer, or a Cabri these days.
Right. So when he said that, I'm like, you know what, you're right. And he goes, if you really want to increase your business, you really ought to switch to Robinson. And I put a lot of weight on that because he's a great pilot, great instructor. He's done amazing things in his life. And I really look up to this guy. And when he said, you know, he wasn't really bashing those aircraft. He's just saying, you got your business this far with those helicopters. What if you were using Robinson?
Yeah.
And it wore on me to the point where I'm like, you know what? He's right.
When you feel the pressure to fly, but know the right decision is to stay on the ground, hit the H.O.G.S no-go and live to fly another day. Helicopterground.com